So today is really about softboxes. As you can tell, we are real fans of Nanlite. But before we go on, I just want to say that everything was purchased with our own money and we are not sponsored, with the exception of this particular light, which is on loan, and you'll find out more later. But now let's explore the three different types of softboxes that we have here. On my left is the strip bank, behind me is the lantern, and on the right is the 60 cm softbox. So let's take a look at the differences of the light quality.
So in this setup, we decided to have one key light at 5600 kelvins with two practical lights in the background at 3200 kelvins. The star of the show is the Forza150B set at 5600 kelvins and 70% brightness. And in this first test, we are using the parabolic 60 cm softbox, and you can see that the roll-off on the face is pretty nice and well controlled for that Rembrandt look. The background does have a bit of spill, and we've deliberately decided not to add any modifiers so we can understand the differences. So in this second setup is using a strip bank, and the first thing I noticed is that the background is now less bright because there's less spill, and the face roll-off is actually quite similar. However, due to the shape being pretty tall and the way we are lighting it, the entire body is actually lit. But because we are using a 35mm lens here, you can't really see the difference. Now in this third setup, we are using the 60 cm lantern, and the most obvious thing is that the light is all over and the background is pretty well lit. So the roll-off is actually even better, less harsh, and this is really good for an area. Lastly, we also tested the Lightbridge Reflector, the CLRS 25 Diffusion 3, and we were moving it by hand, and we had the 150B connected to a Fresnel, and we were just playing around with the reflector, and you can see that the wraparound is actually a bit more despite it being so small. So which do you like the most?
Alright, so in conclusion, all three softboxes have their unique applications. The parabolic softbox would be my go-to for one-person interviews. That said, if I have the chance, I would rather use a larger one, like a 90 cm softbox. Like now, I'm in a very confined balcony, so I don't have the luxury of space. I'm stuck with the 60 cm softbox over here, so I can't do much. But always know that a larger light source would give a more gentle roll-off. For the lantern, it's good for lighting up an area. So if I have a situation where I want to light up 2 or 3 persons, I may put maybe 1 or 2 lanterns on top, or one from a light stand at an angle. That would be very suitable. And lastly would be the strip bank. I would use that mainly for reflective surfaces. For example, when we shoot bar videos of people drinking cocktail and stuff, when you have a close-up of the glass, the strip light always looks more natural as compared to a softbox, parabolic softbox. For CLRS, it's something very unique. Do take note, it did look a bit harsh because I didn't reduce the intensity for it. There are 4 levels of diffusion. But that is very, very interesting, an alternative way of lighting. But it did create some problem like the light spill in the background, which required an additional modifier. So I hope this has been useful. Till the next time, bye bye.